Big giant head, check. Hi everybody, it's Big Ed Mustafa. Welcome to Adventures After Dark. I'm your host, I'm Big Ed Mustafa. I'm excited to be here. And I think we'll start by getting some junk out of my bags. Let's do claws and cracked axes. Why do I like to do task item turn-ins? Because you get experience points, item experience points, worsted experience points, you get reputation points, you earn cosmetics, you earn titles, and it helps get junk out of your bags. There's literally no downside to doing task item turn-ins each and every day. They're good and good for you. Gipio checking in. Hi, Gipio. How are you, my friend? Friend or frenemy? It's hard to tell with Gipio sometimes. He very much seems to enjoy my misfortune, but that's okay. I think that's it. Nope, I don't have another notification. Claws. You'll know you're done with task item turn-ins because it'll tell you you're done with task item turn-ins. Just like that. Task limit reached, 10 of 10. Now we're cooking with gas. What else did I get? A battle potion of restoration. Forbin Kid checking in. Hello, Forbin Kid. Welcome. Gipio, thank you for showing us your cans. They are spectacular cans. You should be very proud of them. And should show them off whenever you get the chance. Hobnanigans is live. We probably won't be doing that tonight. Not that it wasn't super fun and enjoyable. I did finally try Hobnanigans for the first time a couple months ago. So, yeah. Kipio says, doing well, Ed. Thanks. How are you? I am good. Although, it was kind of a bittersweet evening. I stopped off on my way home after visiting Mrs. Mustafa. And I went to Popeyes. I was in the mood for some fried chicken. And I got the sandwich, which is spectacularly good. If you've not had Popeyes chicken sandwich, regular or spicy, you're just missing the boat. It's hands down, going away, no comparison, easily the best chicken sandwich in fast food today. I've had a chicken sandwich I would compare it to. I paid over $15 for it at the restaurant at the Omaha Marriott. And the only reason I even went there was one of the guys had a buy one, get one free or get one half off coupon. And this was years ago, so that's probably a $22 sandwich now. And that was a really good chicken sandwich. The Popeye sandwich is like $4.99, and it's thick and juicy in the middle and crispy and well seasoned on the outside, and they put it on this buttery brioche bun with pickles and mayonnaise, and if you get the spicy version they hit it with the hot sauce. It's really good. And then you get red beans and rice with it. I got the platter where I got the coleslaw, red beans and rice, got a drink, still enjoying the drink, and oddly enough it's Diet Coke. That's the only diet beverage they had. And normally I'm not a big Diet Coke. It's fine. I don't know if it's because everything else was so good I don't mind I'm drinking Diet Coke. Would rather it was Coke Zero, but I make and do, But they were advertising a couple of things I wanted to try also. So after I ate dinner, I went back up and ordered a to-go order, and I got their 6-piece ghost pepper chicken wings, which I think I've eaten most of now. I don't know how much ghost pepper is in these, not very much. They have a nice little bite to them. I'm not saying they're not spicy, but they're pretty lightly spiced. Laura checking in. Ill Omens is live too, I believe. Ill Omens is live. Everybody's talking about it. We're all excited. You get 3 level 480 plus runes within 10 minutes. Level 60 quest in Mirkwood, killing spiders. Antler checking in. Hello, Antler. Anyway, so the wings are pretty good, and it's like $5 for 6 of them, so they're pretty reasonable. But then they had a blueberry lemon pie. Sounded spectacular. So I ordered that along with the wings, and even the girl at the counter who rang me up was like, that's really good. I was looking forward to trying it. I had to wait because they had run out of pies. So I'm standing there. I'm at the counter maybe 10 minutes waiting for my order. And so they had the wings boxed up. They get the pies out finally. Bag up my order, send me on my way. I get home, grab the pie, bite into it. They gave me an apple pie by mistake. It was still really good, don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with warm apple pie. If you've ever seen the movie American Pie, you know some people can be too enthusiastic about warm apple pie. But that's neither here nor there. I did not get to try the blueberry lemon pie, which kind of works out because now I've got an excuse to go back to Popeyes again really soon. So we'll do that. But yeah, we're eating on camera. We've already done our task item turn-ins. We've done a little bit of inventory management. We are flying tonight. Everything is just popping. It's a good thing. So, also, the person that I normally play Lotro with on Saturday asked me to help him with some things, and I think I made a comment earlier in the week. It's like, well, we can do it some other night, maybe Thursday or something. Well, he kind of held my feet to the fire. On Wednesday, he was like, you said you'd help me Thursday. I'm like, okay, if I said it, I'll do it. So last night, about 8 o'clock Central, I logged into Lotro, popped into Discord, kind of hung out waiting for him. I was talking to my buddy. At this rate, the stream will be over in 10 minutes. I know, right? I haven't fished yet, so you guys are okay. Which kind of brings me back around to this next story. So I'm talking to Donnie, and Donnie and I are just kind of chewing the fat, and I'm running around not doing much of anything in Lotro while I'm waiting for he who shall not be named to pop on, who never popped on, by the way. After raising such a stink about how you promised you'd help me, so you'd better be here Thursday, it's like, okay, then he didn't show up. So I had some extra time on my hand, and I was fishing, and I'm kind of wondering if Bacchus is going to pop up or not. Bacchus has been mailing me his extra task items, which I haven't exactly been running out of them. It's nice of him to think of me, but at the same time, it's also kind of a pain in the tuchus cleaning out my mailbox all the time. So, as I was fishing, it occurred to me, you know what I haven't done in a really long time? Is cleaned out my trophy fish. So, just for fun, I went to the taxidermist in Bree, and I turned in all of my trophy fish and mailed them to Bacchus so he could decorate his house. It was my way of saying, Bacchus, thank you for these task items. I very much appreciate you mailing them. Here's a few housing items so you can decorate your cottage. And I think I mailed him, if it wasn't 200 fishing trophies, it was very close. So I'm going to enjoy him reacting to cleaning out his mailbox on Kurgan, his guardian. So. But I was kind of laughing. I had like 24 10-pound salmon. I had to go back and forth from the taxidermist to the mailbox a number of times. So, along with requesting a mailbox to be added to the Mickle Delving crafting area, now I would also like a mailbox next to the fishing taxidermist in Bree so that I can continue to screw with my friend Bacchus at a future date. I will have to do a lot of fishing to get another 200 trophies put together, but Yeah, it was pretty fun. These guys are whacking me pretty good. I don't mind telling you. I've been having to pay attention to my health on these fights. I've got scrolls. I may as well use them. And I may as well eat some of my second tier food. I don't think I need to go to the best food I have, but I've got a lot of extra food to use up, so there's no reason not to use it. And I cannot use my landscape soldier tokens here. That's not a thing, so... Alrighty. Looking forward to hearing about that from him. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to his reaction. He normally has a pretty good sense of humor, so. Of course, after he spends an hour cleaning out his mailbox, we'll see if his sense of humor holds up. One of the running bits that's been going on a few weeks ago, he kind of made a notion that South Africans resent being called Australian by ignorant Americans who can't tell the accents apart from one another. So just to needle him, I've been, hey, how are things in Australia today? Things like that, just to tweak him. So, as Zinger can well attest, I like to test the patience of my friends. When I annoy the holy living bejesus out of them and they don't try to murder me, then I know they're truly my friend. He did not make it. Funny how crafty big fish can sell for a gold while fish meticulously stuffed and placed on a board are worthless. Well, and I had an extra 50-pound salmon in my bag, and I thought, well, maybe actually we'll keep a couple of these, but that one is bound to account. You cannot trade 50-pound salmon, which is a bit of a shame. Because if you don't have one, that truly is a worthy housing item to place on the wall. Although the 40-pound salmon are pretty spectacular too. No game sound this evening? I'll get that fixed. My apologies, Antler. Thank you for the heads up on that. Usually that's just a matter of popping into Discord, switching from my wireless headphones to default, then back to my wireless headphones, clicking OK, and we should have game sound now. Is that better? Replace all fish slots in the kin house with 50-pound salmon. That would be good. Well, I don't catch them that often. We do already have 2 hanging up in the kin house. Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves here on Evernight. We may be the only kin on Evernight named after a Cher song. We're very proud of that fact. Do you believe in love? It's very cold where Zinger is. He forgot to take his mittens off before he was typing. I actually have perfect pitch, but I sung that song off key so we wouldn't get a copyright strike on the Lotro channel. That could be true, you don't know. Unless you've ever heard me sing before. Actually, it's kind of crazy how much of a difference the scrolls and food made at this level. I really wasn't expecting it to mitigate stuff, but it's like now I'm hardly taking any damage. I'm blasting through stuff. It's like, wow, stuff works. Who knew? I think at this point I'm mostly just looking for tools. I think I've killed enough of everything I need to kill. We will forge ahead. Singer says on a phone, it's fairly nippy tonight though. We still haven't seen any measurable snow this season though. Yeah, that's why Fisher won gold. Yeah, they're worth it. I think I caught about 5 gold pieces worth of fish last night before I decided to help Bacchus with his home decorating. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things you can do to earn a few extra shekels is just head out to some place where you can catch trout, because all of the regular game fish that are outlined in green or bordered in green, and all of the trout are all filletable. So if you fish in a trout area, it gives you maximum potential for fish fillets. Which, you know, Mrs. Mustafa is a big fan of the McDonald's filet-o-fish sandwich. She would be excited if she just heard me say filet-o-fish. We saw sun today, Zinger. It was nice to go out for a bit. That would be nice. I have to travel to Dallas later this month for work, so hopefully y'all thaw out soon. I was hoping to be there for when the Cowboys come home for their Super Bowl victory parade, but it didn't work out that way. She's doing pretty good. Yeah, she's doing good. I'll just leave it at that. I took her a Diet Dew and some Parmesan garlic pretzel bites as a snack. She seemed to like those quite a bit. Long enough to grab dinner with all up? That would be terrific, but unfortunately it's like a 2-day end-of-year review and team building thing with the work team. I don't think I'll have enough free time to get out and visit with anybody. That would be hella fun, though. They always said if All Up and I ever met in real life, a golf cart would end up getting destroyed at some point. And he was like, yeah, actually, that sounds completely plausible. I might give him a call while I'm down there, though. You never know. Of course, if he remembers that I have his cell phone number, he'd probably either changed it or had me blocked. So, we'll see. Well, we're in the middle of maybe bouncing our travel plans around. The boss wanted us all to fly on the Monday the 20th. He forgot that that was a holiday and we all have the day off. So it's not impossible that I might be able to just add a day or two to my stay and still leave on Monday. Maybe I can sneak a day or two to myself down there. On the other hand, I'd hate to have to explain to my boss, yeah, I can't make it to the team building exercise. I came down to see my buddy all up a day early, and I'm in jail, so I'm going to have to miss the meeting. That would be bad. It's going to be the week of the 20th sometime, but I don't know when for sure. Yeah, I'd love to hang out with you guys and meet up and say howdy and grab a bite or a drink or bite a drink or drink a bite of something. I don't know. It would be fun. Okay, somewhere there's some more weathered ice picks. I don't know where or how to find them. Guess we can just hammer the del key and hopefully it highlights something. This is my problem. I get too used to Zinger or Bacchus leading me around while I'm talking to y'all in chat. Donnie checking in. Hello, Donnie. I was just telling everybody about us hanging out in Discord last night and chatting it up while we were waiting for you-know-who to not show up. Yeah, he hit me up after you left, and in fact, I had popped out of Discord, and I think I started watching YouTube videos, and then he finally contacted me to tell me he couldn't play last night. So it was like, okay, bud. If you're wondering who we're talking about, I'll only remind you all that his nickname, his gamer tag, rhymes with menace. So that should help clue you in. Ooh, there's one. Oh no, those are ice creams. Oh, there's a pick over here. Good. That was weird. Yeah, I got a chance to talk to him. So he had something else going on last night. So we'll work on retooling him a bit more. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe Monday. We'll see. This is about what Omaha looks like today, actually. We're supposed to be getting some nice weather. It's going to be in the upper 40s, almost 50 degrees tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. So I was thinking, oh, it'll probably be warming up today. I walked out this morning. It was like 4 degrees on my way to the car. I was like, oh. And the wind was blowing, so I don't even know what the wind chill was. It was not warm here today. Burr is correct. Donnie needs to talk to me about something tomorrow. Okay. Well, I'm sure I'll run into you tomorrow. I'll probably be playing Apex or something before the usual Saturday night stream. So, I haven't been playing as much World of Warships lately. We're doing our regular Sunday night thing, but I'm kind of getting to the point with it where it's like, do I really need any more ships? I just don't feel the urge to keep grinding it like I had been. The Japanese battleships are mildly intriguing, but it's like, I don't know, is having another tier of somebody else's battleships really going to be exciting? And the answer is, not really. We do have fun playing as a group, but I haven't been playing a lot of extra warships. I did fire up Fallout 76 again for the first time in a while. I have a couple of friends that are still playing it pretty regularly. SKDX Killer's been playing it. And my friends Teresa and her husband, who's a buddy of mine from the Flying Club, are still playing it. In fact, I'm kind of blown away that they're actually paying for Fallout first, which it's like, you actually want people to subscribe to what was a dumpster fire of a game at launch? That's very bold, Bethesda. But they're having fun with it. They like it. They do the dailies and the seasonal scoreboard challenges, and I haven't really gotten into that part of it yet. But if my Apex time and my shooty boats time is thinning out, I got to find something else to do. I'm still playing as much Lotro as I ever have. Fridays, Wednesdays, Saturdays. But with Mandalini already at 140, and I don't know how close she is to being, I think top tier is Celebrated. I always jokingly call it Calibrated, because that would be the Elven pronunciation. Reclaimers of the Mountain Hold. Honored. I guess she's got a ways to go. Needs about 38,000 more rep points. But that's 10 days of task item turn-ins. So. Chetty says 21 degrees here in Kentucky. Supposed to be warmer tomorrow. Yeah, warmer will be better. Where are my doggone weathered picks? Donnie says it's raining here all day today. Well, that's good news, Donnie. You don't have to shovel rain. Much like Zinger, we have not gotten much snow this year. In fact, they were forecasting a big 7 to 10 inch snowstorm a few weeks ago, and we got like an inch and a half. And a lot of that melted off right away. So we could actually use some moisture. But when it's as cold as it has been, it's too cold and dry. You don't get snow. Which the upside of that is you also don't have to scrape your windows because they're so cold they never get a chance for condensation to form. I don't like scraping my windshield. That's the one thing about winter I hate more than anything else. It's like I can put up with the cold, I can walk through the snow. I just don't like scraping my window. It's just not a good way to start the day. And then if we have to scrape Mrs. Mustafa's windshield, I have to hear about, why do we have a garage if we can't put the car in it? It's like, because the garage is for cool toy airplane stuff, honey. You know that. So if I did clean out the garage, it'd probably be her car going in there instead of mine. I'd be like, why did I clean out the garage? Old expedition log. Okay, good deal. Oh, this is what I've been looking for. I must have all the pics. That's why they weren't turning up. Hooray! I have completed a mission. I don't think I've ever done this one before. Donnie says, nobody bring cold weather at this time with it when it rained. Ooh, cold rain is really cold. The damp just makes it extra chilling. I feel for you, buddy.
Never underestimate the enemy. Never underestimate the enemy.
King of Claws. Wouldn't Santa Claus be the King of Claus? Donnie's showing off his cans. Thank you for showing that off, Donnie. You've got beautiful cans. We are glad you're here, buddy. Donnie says I am welcome. Thank you, Donnie. Shall we see what the freebie is, y'all? Rally Fellowship. Simple rally horn. Always a handy item to have. So my apologies to those of you who watch the replays on YouTube. Last week the stream broke in half. My internet just hiccuped right in the middle of the stream. Kind of bummed me out. I hate it when it breaks in half. Since I don't have control of the Lotro YouTube channel, I can upload videos, but I can't really do a lot of editing or combining or anything. So either it goes up nice and clean and whole or not. So I decided, we won't put up last week's video. I hate putting up a broken video or having to post parts 1 of 2, 2 of 2. Because you have to upload part 2 of 2 first, and then hope you time it out so that part 1 comes first. And that way they show up in order on the stream. Or in the channel, but I don't know, it's complicated. I don't know what the right thing to do is when that happens. So last week I didn't do anything. Well, there's no football this weekend except for the Pro Bowl in Las Vegas, which I don't know if that's even a real football game anymore. They used to fly all the players out to to Hawaii, and they could take their families with them. So it was kind of like a paid vacation for all the Pro Bowlers, and they liked going. And then when the league decided it was too expensive to fly everybody out to Hawaii, because the NFL doesn't have any money, they've kind of moved it around and tried to do some different things with the Pro Bowl, and it's still not as bad as the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. That might be the most pointless thing ever. I don't watch a lot of baseball, but I remember all of the drama. They were playing the All-Star Game a few years ago, and by the 11th inning, they just ran out of pitchers, so they just called the game. It's like, okay, we're done. 11th inning tie. Everybody go home now. We don't want to burn out any pitchers. And it's like, if the game is that inconsequential that you're not even going to finish it, then why? So I have to give credit to the NBA. They probably have the best all-star game of any of the major sports leagues. Although I have to admit, I don't follow hockey that closely. If you're in chat and you think that the NHL all-star game is legit, sound off, let me know. Do you think the NBA All-Star Game is more legit, or the NHL All-Star Game is more legit? I have no idea. And I don't know. I don't dislike either sport. I don't watch a lot of either of them. For one reason, I'm usually video gaming. And it's at the time of year where I'm on the computer doing this more than watching anything on TV. Football, I watch a lot of NFL football, and I've been watching more college football this year. Since the Huskers have been unwatchable, it's kind of broadened my horizons, and I've enjoyed watching other teams, so I can remember what good college football looks like. But yeah, I used to be a bit of a Celtics fan when I was younger. Bird and Parrish and McHale back in the day, and I enjoy watching hockey, particularly live hockey. I don't really have a team though. And I remember there was a Buffalo Sabres St. Louis Blues Stanley Cup final. And it's game 6, and this thing had been going on all night. I mean, it's like way, way, way into overtime. And St. Louis scores a goal. But the player who scored it was way, way, way in the goalie's box. They show the replay, and I mean, he's way in the blue zone. And the officials basically just gave him the goal so they could go home because they were tired and it was late. And it's like, you just gave the Stanley Cup away when it should have been a penalty, or at least a no goal. And, watching them just screw the Sabres because it was late and they didn't care. It's like, well, if the officials don't care that much about NHL hockey, I don't know why I should either. That kind of spoiled it for me. I mean, it was a really good competitive game. I don't dislike St. Louis. I'm not a Buffalo Sabres fan, but it was like, come on, there's got to be some integrity to the officiating. That was not a goal. And, they were just like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, we want to go home. It's the Stanley Cup Finals. You just gave the Stanley Cup away on a non-goal. And it didn't seem to bother any of the officials. And I was like, okay. So Zinger says, yeah, it's more of an exhibition of talent than a flag football game. Agreed. Baseball is the most. Okay. 99 against the Dallas Stars. Oh, Brett Hull was in the crease. Sabres fan here, still bitter. Oh, that's why I was thinking it was St. Louis, because Brett Hull was on the Stars. That would make sense. Yeah, I just did not. I think I watched a lot of the finals that year, because I remember, was Marty Broussard your goalie? And he had this wife from West Texas who was just this big blonde who was wearing a cowboy hat and standing up and cheering in the stands, and they kept showing her. Am I remembering that right? Oh, I must need to go back down to the bottom. Yup. Okay. Thank you, Mandalorian 2K. I'm glad I can remember a few things. I couldn't tell you where I parked my car, but I remember that Stanley Cup series. Hockey, basketball, and soccer all have a certain rhythm to them, and a lot of people don't have the patience for it. They don't understand why games go on for so long, and you end up with a 1-0 game or a 1-1 tie. But it's really about matching lines and about going with size versus speed, or switching out your best offensive players for your best defensive players, trying to get a lead, take a lead, hold a lead, and it's just with basketball, the knock was always, why don't they just give each team 100 points and make the game 2 minutes long? Hull was on Dallas. Hasek was the goalie. Dominic Hasek? Okay. He's a really good goalie, too. That was probably the only way they were going to score on him. Oh, is Broussard, am I thinking of the... was he the Jersey Devils goalie? That might make sense. I'm just conflagrating a couple of different memories of Stanley Cup finals. Yeah, that was not, it wasn't cool. And to see something like that happen in the big championship game, it's like, what's the point? I have frequently complained about Super Bowl 40 and the Zebras taking 17 points and 170 yards of offense off the boards for the Seahawks, and basically just handing the Super Bowl to Bill Cowher for no apparent reason, even though Seattle was kicking Pittsburgh's ass that whole game. They had a receiver, Darrell Jackson, on the Seahawks, who was a terrific receiver. His entire career, he only had 2 offensive pass interference penalties. Both of them were in that Super Bowl game. The guy never pushed off. He did not commit, and it's just like, what are you doing calling that? At worst, that was simply hand checking. And stuff like that, if you're a fan, it just sticks with you and it galls you. I mean, that was 17 years ago, and I'm still mad about it. Crafting materials, legendary item boosts, bonus character boosts? It's a bonus character boost. Jewelry? I don't know. Don't need crafting materials. I don't really care about legendary item boosts. Let's see what that is, just for fun. Remember that Super Bowl? Seemed like the fix was in. if you Google worst Super Bowl officiating, that's the first thing that pops up, and it shows up. Oh, there you go. My phone's. I said, if you Google, I looked over and my phone was doing something and it was trying to Google worst Super Bowl officiating. That's pretty funny. Character boost or XP boost. Yeah, I didn't need those then. That's okay. I'm just playing for fun tonight. Flooded Depths. Let's go see what that is. Well, either Bacchus doesn't have power or he's not talking to me, so we'll see what happens. We'll refresh our scrolls and our food. I've actually been looking for an excuse to get some of this food out of my bags. I don't want to throw it away because it's not like it's useless, but if we're doing something like, apparently we're fixing leaks today. If we're doing something like Remercant, I can't really afford to be not using my best stuff, so. Down we go. And we're swimming. Did I miss a hallway or something? We'll do right turns. I'll try to right turn my way through this. Yeah, if you're already level 140, you don't really need XP boosts, but maybe they're bound to account. I can use them on another character. I tend to not worry too much. Leveling up is something that happens as you play, not something you really need to focus on. Hi, Ginger. I think Bacchus said he'd only be able to join late on Friday in Discord. Okay. I should probably read my own Discord. I'm sure I'll probably read that message sometime this weekend at some point. Here's a leak. Let's fix it. And hello to Ginger. That's interesting. Oh, I'm an idiot. I saw a message in Moobot that there's supposed to be a shout-out command on Twitch, and that supposedly Moobot synced their shout-out command with the Twitch one, so I didn't know what that meant, so I was just trying something different there. That's okay. Ginger does stream Lotro once in a great while. If you're not throwing her a follow, you should pop in and say hi to Ginger. She is good people. Also, Ginger, I sent back those jewelry recipes that I didn't need. Hopefully you got them. Thank you for the ones that I was able to use. She hasn't logged in to look yet. Yeah, so one of the issues I ran into was not having jewelry recipes for Ironfold or Minas Ithil. And it was like, why are these so hard to get? Apparently you have to get kindred with the various factions to be able to unlock the recipes from the vendors. And then we were kind of laughing about the absurd amount of materials required to make anything. Be interesting to see what they do with the crafting overhaul. It is long overdue. For all of the time and effort that goes into keeping your crafting up to date, it needs to be more useful. Now, as we explored when I was doing free-to-play Fridays, particularly up to level 50, before you start getting your legendary items, crafting is immensely useful. If you're trying to get lower level characters geared up, the crafting stuff is way, way, way better than what you'll normally get for standard loot drops. So having a crafting circle and being able to have your characters gear each other up, I thought was a tremendous help. I thought that was one of the reasons why all of my free-to-play characters, well, all of my characters are free-to-play, but the new tunes that I created specifically on, well, the 3 servers I was on, they all leveled very quickly because I was able to gear them up and just plow right through the content. There wasn't any struggling because there wasn't any my armor's under level. I can't really go do this content. It was like, nope, let's go roll through everything. So, big fan of crafting circles. But eventually the quest rewards start to pace the crafting that you can do, and I think by the time you hit Rohan, a lot of times the quest rewards are better than what you can make. Goofy lady checking in. Dr. Bricklayer's here. The name of the cloak. Hey, do you remember the cloak you have equipped on your warden? I don't, not off the top of my head. We can take a look, though. What do I need? I need one more leak. If I were a leak, where would I be? Let's try back down here. This must be the way I already came. If you were a leek, you'd probably be in potato soup. That sounds delicious. I made split pea soup from scratch the other night for dinner. I finished up the last of it last night. It was delish. I had ham in the fridge that I bought specifically to put in the split pea soup, but I had smoked sausage as well, and I thought that would be easier to cut up. A little bit of smoked pork adds a lot of nice flavor to the split pea soup. Although, one of the things I'd like to try, it was a little It was very good, don't get me wrong, but it was missing a little bit of brightness. I'm thinking a fresh squeeze of lemon into split pea soup would probably go a long way towards brightening it up. And I kind of want to try making it again in the not too distant future. A, so I can use the ham I have in the fridge. B, so I can use up the extra vegetables that I still have, because I didn't use them all making the soup. And C, I want to see if soaking the peas ahead of time changes the consistency and some of the after effects of the soup. I don't want to get too specific with that last thing, but potato soup, maybe a touch of bacon, always good. Here we go. I found a pretty cool recipe for southern fried cabbage, where you basically fry some bacon in a Dutch oven and then add in some sausage, and then you pull all the meat out and you saute onion, bell pepper, and cabbage, and maybe a little bit of carrot in the rendered fat from the pork products. And then you add the meat back in, and southern fried cabbage seasoned to taste. Okay, now I just have to find my way out of here. Oh no, I have to find a boss. Defeat the matron. Alright, where do we think the matron is? Somewhere over here? I don't know. There she is. Hello, matron. Your day of reckoning is at hand. She did not make it. The dwarf scout has arrived to escort you back. Really? Where's he? Over here, apparently. Hello, dwarf scout. Good to see someone else use their stones as bait. Absolutely. I'm too delicate and pretty to get wailed on by something like that. I have to distract it with my magic. Ooh, sounds good. Have you tried cabbage rolls? I think both of my grandmothers used to make cabbage rolls when I was a kid and always liked them. They look like they'd be a little bit more work. Probably time well spent, but I like recipes where you can take simple, cheap ingredients and turn them into something delicious. I like playing around with cheaper cuts of meat and, different things. You could, especially in this day and age where it's not uncommon to go out and drop $30 or $40 for a meal, and to be able to cook, spaghetti for $4 at home for $8, it's like, that just seems much more sensible to me. But, northern bean soup, split pea soup. I've talked before about, playing around with sorghum in the kitchen. Canned mackerel is another ingredient that I think is surprisingly yummy. And it's often available for $1.25 for a big can. I played around with a Sicilian pasta recipe that uses canned sardines that turned out to be quite delicious. Just taking something simple, taking something that many people would consider lowbrow, and just turning it into something special. That's cooking.
Live or
Any
die.
idiot can take a filet mignon, salt it, pepper it, throw it on a grill. And as long as you don't overcook the dang thing, it's going to be delicious. Ginger made chicken noodle soup last night for dinner. I love making chicken noodle soup. I love making my own chicken stock from scratch. It's super easy. And it's delish. Have you ever had beignets? Yes. We've had a number of really good Cajun and Creole restaurants here in town over the years. There was one down in the old market district of Omaha called Butsy Ledoux's for many years. And you go there, get a muffaletta with a side of red beans and rice, and finish with some beignets for dessert. Just fantastic. I'm hurting my heart talking about it because it was a great restaurant, good affordable food, and they've been closed for years now. Beignets, one of the staples here in LA. Oh, nice. Canna checking in. Hello, Canna. Bishop Taint, welcome. I use ground meat, onions, celery, green onions, and or bell peppers. Fried that up. Roll some up in a cabbage leaf like an egg roll. Place in a baking dish and cover with a couple cans of cut tomatoes and bake. Yeah, that's good stuff. So one of the things I was curious about, do you have to blanch or soak the cabbage leaves before you roll them up? Candace says, hey, Ed, just did my taxes. Well, hopefully that worked out okay. I think you got a couple of extra deductions on your tax form, don't you? It's not a bad thing. Another thing that's equally delicious, stuffed cabbage leaves or cabbage rolls and stuffed green peppers. Always liked stuffed green peppers too. No, I just wash them good with water. Okay, good to know. I just bought a new glass 9x13 baking pan. I wanted to play around with some different lasagna recipes, and I learned two things. Mrs. Mustafa doesn't like eating lasagna that much. And if I make a pan of lasagna, it takes me a really long time to eat the whole thing. So I haven't played around with as much lasagna as I thought I would. But that would be a great baking dish for cabbage rolls, so I will have to give that a try. Oh, stuffed tomatoes are yummy, yeah. Can even add some rice to the meat mixture for the cabbage rolls if you want. West end of the hall. That's not west, this way's west. Come here and take your whooping, troll. I'm coming for you. He never even laid a glove on me. head to the entrance where I came in at. Okay, here we go. Are you getting any cash back for your taxes, Canna? Or are you telling me you did your taxes because you need a loan? This sure looks like it should be the entrance. There's that Dwarf Scout. Hello, Dwarf Scout. Always boil cabbage unless you're doing salad. So one of the lasagnas I did make, I had leftover chili. I'd made a big pot of chili. Mrs. Mustafa didn't want any. There's a lot of leftover chili, and I thought, well, I could eat the chili, or let's screw around a little bit. And I made lasagna where I used the chili as the bolognese sauce. And I thought it was terrific. Mrs. M wouldn't eat any of that either. And it took me a long time to get through the pan, but it was delicious. So I think, playing around with some Southwestern or Mexican type seasoned components and combining it with lasagna, you could make a lot of good stuff.
Aye.
Imagine a fajita lasagna, grilled chicken or beef and peppers and onions. The one thing I learned about lasagna, I think the recipe that I based it on called for 16 ounces of cottage cheese, 16 ounces of, why am I blanking on it? The Italian stuff that's like Italian cream cheese, kinda. Not mascarpone. Ricotta? Yeah. Ricotta, cottage cheese, and then, I used a pound of, instead of mozzarella, I got cheddar Colby blend for tacos, and it was $10 just for the cheese at the store. So I think the next time I did lasagna, I just bought a big giant party-sized Stouffer's lasagna because it was actually cheaper than buying the ingredients. Yeah, I'll just throw this in the oven. That took a while to get through also. It's kind of nice to have something like that laying around, particularly for the weekends where I like cooking, but like a weekend lunch, I'll wake up tomorrow morning, try to sleep in as best I can, and then, about 12, well, I'll get up around hopefully 9:30 or 10 and get a sleep in a little bit. As likely as not, I'll wake up at 6:30 or 7 and not be able to go back to sleep. This was a pain in the butt. I think I ran this with Bacchus, and just trying to find your way around in here was a lot of work. But you wake up, it might be 7:30 or 8 o'clock, it might be 9:30 or 10 o'clock. I'll generally hop on the computer, game for a couple hours, and about the time I get hungry, I don't really want to go out and cook something, but if I've got leftover food in the fridge, that's a good thing to reheat for lunch. That's usually how I roll on the weekends. Especially bacheloring it with Mrs. Amaway. She used to like to cook breakfast on the weekends. She wasn't good at it, but then I didn't have to get off the computer to feed myself, so it worked out. She is not a master of frying eggs, I'm afraid. But she also normally doesn't like me cooking, and if there's been one silver lining, it's been that ever since she's had foot trouble, I've been able to cook a lot more. I'm gonna hurt you real bad, Ice Giant. There you go. The key drops from the fallen ice giant. Well, thank goodness for that. Ricotta. Thank you, Rora. Cheese is worth it. Cheese is worth it. Cheese is delicious. A key drops from the fallen ice giant. Now let's see if this one has a key too. Stolen treasure. That was another funny thing Bacchus was incensed at, was me eating easy cheese on crackers. The idea that you'd get cheese out of an aerosol can just seemed to offend him. It is a bit different. Yeah, and again, fairly lowbrow, but it's not a bad gaming food. If you're going to be hanging out at the computer, you could just, grab a cracker, squirt some cheese on it, munch it. Cheese, cracker, cranberry. Excellent combination. I got another key. He did not make it. Well, oddly enough, I don't usually put easy cheese on Cheez-Its because Cheez-Its are already cheesy. In fact, the last Cheez-Its I bought, I got the extra cheesy Cheez-Its, which are super yummy. I usually just get some, random whole wheat cracker, something that's on sale. I like Wheat Thins. They're fairly neutral tasting other than having a nice bite of salt to them. I use Wheat Thins for hummus a lot. Hummus is best on warm pita bread, but yeah, I ain't gonna bother to try to make warm pita bread at home. That just sounds like a lot of work. What do we got here? Regroup near the entrance. I can do that. Now, what kind of cracker Dr. Bricklayer likes to put cheese, crackers, and cranberries together on, I have no idea. He might tell us. A Ritz cracker, a club cracker. Gipio loves himself some Triscuits. Triscuits are very crunchy and very salty. think Triscuits are good for cold cuts. If you're going to put like salami and cheese on a cracker, Triscuits are bold enough to hold up to stronger flavors. Rora just can't do those.
We've come too far to turn back now. In games, I allow for chance. I take no such risk in war.
Well, I can go up, I can go down. This is a mission called the High Dig. I have no idea what this is. We'll find out. We got mining tools. The music's nice. You know, one of the annoying things about my home theater setup, between Mrs. Mustafa and I, we probably have 12 or 1500 music CDs. And if I want to play a music CD on the home theater, I only have the Blu-ray player, and I have to have the TV on, because if I turn the Blu-ray player on, it turns the TV on automatically. And if I turn the TV off, it shuts off the Blu-ray player. They're both LG. It's very convenient if you want to watch a Blu-ray movie. It's not convenient if you just want to listen to an audio CD. And I thought, well, maybe I'll add a standalone CD player to the home theater. And I went out and priced them. And like the cheapest one you can get now is like $250. It's like they don't sell enough of them anymore, so you can't buy them for, you know, $49, $59, $69 like you used to be able to. Even in the used market, the prices seem really high. Yeah, it's been messing with my pea-brain a little bit. Dr. Bricklayer says, I like to put Laughing Cow cheese wedge spread on top of H-E-B Bakery cranberry pistachio bread scratch made. Nice. Donnie says, good night, and I got you tomorrow. All right, Donnie, I'll talk to you tomorrow, buddy. Get some rest, and we'll see you tomorrow. Kipio just recently moved to Texas and says HEB is fantastic. And as long as we're going to be talking about Texas-specific yummy things, we may as well mention Bluebell. I've never had any Bluebell dairy products, but everybody from Texas says they're the bomb diggity. Sure, make me crave some ice cream, always. Besides, if Pot and Finberry comes by, he'll probably tell us what kind of ice cream he's eating. Who else does that all the time? Druid's Fire, maybe? Aurora confirms, Bluebell is the bomb. Aurora is sad at the lack of HEB in her area. Die, dour hand scum. Y'all are so patient with me. I just realized I've had my inventory open this whole time. I remember when people used to tell me, close your bags, they're triggering me. What? This doesn't count as a body of water. I can't fish this. That's just wrong. That makes me sad. Wasn't close your bags, it's empty your bags. Also, Ed, how are you doing? Hi, Bacchus, I'm doing good. How are you, bud? How dare you interrupt my looting? So I killed all the dour hands I need to kill, but I still need to pillage more supplies. So we'll go do that, I guess. Ah, that looks all walled off. Muddling along, thanks. Power came back on at last. Oh, good deal. You just missed Donnie. Donnie just headed off for the night. He will be heartbroken that you showed up after he left. If I didn't love Donnie so much, I'd tell him that you waited for him to log off before you popped on just to tease him. I wouldn't do that to Donnie, though. Donnie is good people. They really send you so many task items? Just check the mail on my guard. I wanted to thank you for the task items and maybe help you out with just a little decorating, that's all. I couldn't remember what the count was on the fishing trophies I sent you. If you can check, let everybody know. Just for fun. Alright, where is that dwarf scout? Let's see if we can find him. He was so pleased to send you those, Bacchus. Yeah, I might have told Chad earlier that I did that and cackled with glee. 160 or so. Okay. I thought it was close to 200. I didn't think it was quite 200, but I knew it wasn't that far off. Oh, there's more treasure hunters up here. Oh, you can't go down. Okay. Well, and the Dwarf Scout wasn't at the entrance, so thanks for nothing. Shows him right here. Got a quest ring, but he ain't here. So I must need to go up. Al was at the top. That's fine. I need the extra steps. The exercise will do me some good. Now we get to complain about his bags instead. I was telling everybody my normal Saturday night date was just very insistent that I log on last night and help him sort out some stuff. Then he didn't show up, so I was talking to Donnie and fishing and stuff, and I thought, you know, I haven't cleaned out my trophy fish for a while. You know, it might be fun. What the hell just happened? It popped me out of that instance, and I didn't even turn in the rewards. That ain't right. Sent me back into high dig. Damn it, now I didn't get the chest. Timed you out, lost your chest. Boo! Boo, you suck! Missions kicks you out 1 minute after you finish the objectives. Who knew?
Gundabad shall be ours at last.
Complete missions in Gundabad. Probably needed that earlier. Yeah, I don't care. It's fine. So those are all done. There's the fishing trophy master himself. Hi. There are some legitimately nice fishing trophies there. There's at least 3 40-pound salmon. There's also a lot of crap trophies like 9-spine sticklebacks that nobody cares about.
I've got absolutely nowhere to put them, but...
Gundabad shall be ours at last.
Theo, I have a character that's very, very similar name to that, and we are on Evnight.
Ponton checking in. Hello, Ponton. Yeah, the Wednesday night group plays on Evernight. I've got characters on every free-to-play English-speaking server. But I consider Arkenstone my home server. I play on Crick Hollow, Brandywine, and Evernight a lot. I've got characters on Gladden, Landreval, Laurelin. Probably missing one or two. But yeah, all of my accounts are free to play. I have 4 accounts. So I'm not on the legendary servers. And I don't speak French or German, so I'm not on those servers. Other than that, you'll find me everywhere you want to be. Clearly, you need to take those 160 fishing trophies over to your kin house and redecorate for everybody. Let your whole kin enjoy.
My whole kin being me, Goshal, and I think Carnage has a tune.
Well, there you go. Think how excited Carnage will be when he sees those awesome fishing trophies hanging up.
Speaking of which, I see he messaged me.
Well, now how are the bags looking? Still pretty crowded. Pristine relics of Gundabad. Virtue points. Bonus character boosts. Enchantment runes. Oh, that's virtue XP, not XP boosts. That's okay.
Yep, always very useful.
Relics of Gundabad. It looked like there might have been some other things. Extraordinary XP tome and maybe a reputation acceleration tome.
Need a full finger and work a reward track now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I'm on level 83. And we have 11 days left.
Character reward track. I haven't looked at this in a while. Of course, I can't imagine doing epic battles did anything to advance this.
Not much, no.
Just excited that Standing Stone Games remembers those are actually still in the game. Well, there we go.
Ah, and there's Zinga.
Zinger's even welcome to pop into voice chat if he'd like. I know he probably wants to shout out some Eagles fight songs and stuff.
Hello, Zinga.
Well, that's about as tidy as the bags are going to get for now, I think. You ready for Forge and Lofts?
Yeah, sure. Been a while since I've done one of those.
I won't out of respect for Aurora. You think Eagles fight chance would make her sad? I think one of the Eagles players' wife is pregnant and might possibly have their baby on the day of the Super Bowl. That happens a lot. It's actually more rare you hear about NFL players missing a game to go see the birth of their kid.
Corin's folk shall endure, as we always have.
The work ethic in the NFL was always, sorry, have the kid without me. I'll see you after the game.
It's a little unfortunate.
Put your back to the past and to the wind. Put your back to the past and to the wind. Put your back to the past and to the wind.
Well, like I said, if players are having fingers amputated so they don't miss the playoffs, that's just a different level.
Yeah, that's maybe pushing things a bit.
Hey, Zinger, if you need a fishing trophy or two, just let Bacchus know.
Yeah, I will be sending a lot of those back. I just have not got space for them, unfortunately.
You can actually just go ahead and sell them.
If you don't mind.
No, I don't mind at all. I think the last wall slot in my house I used for that 50-pound salmon I couldn't give you.
Oops, made lots of friends.
Yeah, I got a little too close to some folks on my way over here. It's my bad. I hope we can get enough orcs to fight.
I'm sure we will.
They did not make it. Do we have another boss to fight?
Yeah, we still need to kill both of the bosses. It's weird that neither of them have spawned.
Is it Grimm's in particular we're trying to trigger?
Yeah, we need to kill the Grims to trigger the Grim boss. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what the trick is.
Keep hitting the drakes.
It's very weird that we've not had another boss spawn yet. He normally spawns quite frequently.
There we go.
We got both of them at the same time.
Naturally. How else did you think this was gonna go?
There we go, and I do believe we are finished.
Alright. Leave instance.
Yep.
Leaving instance. Put them on the auction house. Somebody might want them. There you go. Sell those fishing trophies. 5 gold pieces each. Maybe somebody will buy them thinking they can fillet them.
Yes.
And lofts.
Durin's folk shall endure, as we always have. Aye?
In games, I allow for chance. I take no such risk in war. In games, I allow for chance. I take no such risk in war. In games, I allow for chance.
Yeah, it's a
I
pity
take
people
no
were
such risk
abusing
in war.
forges and
We
lofts,
have come
and they
too
got
far
taken
to
off
turn
of
back now.
reward
We
track
have come
progress.
too far to turn back now.
Well,
Because, yeah, you could farm up 10, well, 20, 30 levels an hour, no problem. Even more if you were in a organized group, but you found that people were saturating the spawns, and if you weren't there as part of the farming groups, forget it, you weren't going to get your quests done. Or you were going to struggle.
Singer's feeling strong tonight.
Well, the evidence does kind of support his thinking that he is.
Die, angling scum.
They did not want to die.
We having trouble spawning bosses again? Oh, here we go.
Oh, this is weird. Normally they've... at least one of them is spawned by now.
Antler's off to bed. Antler, have a good night. Get some rest, buddy.
Cheers, Antler. Take care.
Glad you got to hang out with me tonight. I know it's probably the most thrilling part of your whole week. I'm sure we'll talk to you again this weekend.
Yeah, Antler was looking for recommendations for a PC editor. I don't know if he got in touch.
Yeah, he posted something. I replied to him. But with him local, I mean, there's no reason. Oh, I think it was a private message or a direct message. I could build him a custom PC.
That was pretty much why I suggested you get in touch with him. You know what's available locally and how much, and so on and so on. And you're probably going to steer him more towards a better value rather than, all the fancy bells and whistles.
Oop, I got dropped.
Ooh. Where are you?
We got to talking about PC hardware, so I wasn't watching my health.
We'll revive you when we're out of...
I know.
Okay, no, things already beat me to it.
Thank you. I'll try to pay more attention.
Oh, it ain't Lotro if you ain't got a repair bill.
Kipio says one. Alright, Kipio, just for you. Man, it is hard to track my mouse pointer with all the snow.
I know you don't use plugins so much, but there is quite a useful one called Mouse Finder, which puts a little, well, you can modify the size and the color and that kind of thing, but it puts a little circle around your, here's the other bus. Puts a little circle around your mouse pointer, so it's easier to find. Get that, Zinger? I hope so, because...
Where'd Zinger go?
It looks like he was close enough. Yeah, he's... bottomed out.
Oh, okay. Are we done? Did we get both bosses?
We got both buses.
Alrighty then.
OSU Cowboy Chick.
Hi, OSU Cowboys. Getting distracted, that never happens to me. I'm constantly distracted. It's more likely than me actually paying attention.
Our need is dire.
So this Zadok Flint Eye stuff, anything we want to do?
Well, they're 2 men only, unfortunately.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're actually very useful. Those are the resource instances.
Not a big deal. Zinger, do we have some 3-man stuff we can run on level?
Do you have? You've got contraband. Yeah, we could maybe do the 3-man instances. Puchlak and Derstruck. You have those unlocked.
Yeah, I should.
Excuse me.
Alright, I'm going to grab a beverage before we start this. Don't start killing stuff without me. Cheer Street Hyde?
Evening, Zinger. No, T5 may be a little bit ambitious, I think.
Beats losing.
Well, when the jackpot is like 85 million, and I really would like to win that so I don't have to go to work on Monday. Yeah, 35 doesn't really. No.
Well, I think my last 3 lotto tickets I lost like a combined $2.2 billion, so you're way ahead of me.
Yeah. And yeah, unlike you guys, we actually get to keep the whole amount. We don't have to pay the tax man.
That's just crazy talk. So that $35 is yours free and clear?
$35 free.
That's pretty sweet.
If you ever become like a professional gambler, then they do pick that up. Then yes, then they start taxing market income. But if you're just like really lucky and win with the lottery or have a good weekend at a casino or whatever, it's all yours.
Ooh, maybe we can fish in here.
Wouldn't be surprised.
It's the Chamber of Kordoth.
Oh, let me go and kick the boss in the nose. I think it's a case that I need to kite this guy around and you two kill him in the ads. bring everything to the middle.
I should have asked before we fired it up, was there be any advantage to running this on tier 2 or something?
We'd probably start struggling without a healer or a dedicated healer, but yeah, as Egg was suggesting, tier 4, tier 5, there's some quite decent jewelry in here off this boss that we just cleared now, and it's possible to do it with just 2 DPS and a tank. So that's what a lot of people do, is they just come in and farm the first boss up, but asking about the 4070 Ti.
It's a good card. It's expensive. So is the 7900 XT and XTX. I mean, I've talked before about, you know, it's your money, spend it however you want, but does anybody really need a $1,000 video card? You know,
It shouldn't be $1,000 is the thing. They should be like 800, 750, 800.
Well, one of my problems with NVIDIA is that their MSRPs are works of fiction. That's supposed to be a what is it, an $800 card?
Yeah.
But I mean, you won't be able to find one for less than $950, because the only ones that are going to be available are going to be aftermarket, and MSRP basically gives the board partners zero margin, so they end up marking them up and putting, you know, RGB lighting on them to try to add value.
And I was, so to speak, lucky with this XFX card that I got, especially given, you know, I bought it locally. Because we normally pay about 35 to 50%, somewhere in there, just flat import duties and tax. So even MSRP is, yeah, we don't get remotely close to MSRP here, and I actually got this card for not hugely more than what they're going for in the shops they buy in. But there is actually a trick to this. I think it's the mind tangles we need to kill.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm certainly not sad I bought the card, but yeah, it wasn't. The amount of money I paid is a lot more than it's worth. There's only good value compared to the absolutely insane prices of NVIDIA cards.
Well, and that 4070 Ti is in the same ballpark as the 7900 XT, and 7900 XT got pretty widely panned on the review circuit, but it's essentially a 3090 Ti from AMD at $899. I mean, if you think about it that way, you can't buy a 3090 Ti now. If you can find one, it's going to be $1,400. So based on that, I mean, the 4070 Ti and the 7900 XT are both still relatively good compared to what else is out there. But I just, unless you want a game at 4K, I don't really know what the point of buying a graphics card that's expensive is. You can get a 6900 XT with ray tracing and absolutely stellar 1440p gaming for $6.99. And there's nothing it can't do that the more expensive cards can do. The more expensive cards can do ray tracing better. Eventually the 7000 series and the 4000 series cards, if you're streaming, you can, use, AV1 encoding, and that'll be cool when it's finally available.
You can actually use AV1 encoding now
for recording, yeah. And if you're a YouTuber, maybe that's important, I don't know.
But yeah, like you said, until such time as that actually becomes an option for streaming, I'm not particularly impressed or concerned.
Are we jumping down?
Yeah.
Alright. Damn it, Zinger, why did you summon your bog lurker? Put this thing away. AMD have anything on the horizon? You're going to see there's going to be a regular 4070 and a 4060 coming from NVIDIA, and you're going to see presumably a 7800 and 7700 series cards from AMD. So there's going to be more cost-effective high-end cards available from both manufacturers soon. And then the other thing that's been interesting is the driver work that Intel's been doing. The ARC 750 is legit. They've improved this. Yeah, they've improved the stability of the card and improved the driver performance in older games pretty well. What's interesting is how they went about doing it. You know how I'm gaming and streaming on Linux right now? Well, they took the translation layer that Valve developed for their Proton middleware software, and they're using it instead of translating commands from Windows to Linux. They're just converting it from Windows to Windows. They're translating old graphics commands to new graphics commands, and they're getting a lot better performance than they had previously, which was pretty smart. So it's pretty interesting to see that, and they dropped the price of that A750 down to $249, and it's faster than the RTX 3060. It does ray tracing. It has its own upscaling. I think they call it XESS instead of DLSS or FSR like AMD calls theirs. So it's a full solution card. It's got AV1 encoding. And for $249, you can get RTX 3060 performance or better, and those cards are still going for $400. So that looks like it's going to turn into a really good bargain option for folks who don't want to drop $400, $500, $600 on a video card. El Galadwin checking in. Hello, El Galadwin, and hello, Raiders. Thurlor says, yeah, I wouldn't count Intel out of any segment they choose to compete in. Exactly. If you're here, El Galadwin, who am I supposed to raid later? I'm more than happy with my 3080. We'll be skipping this outrageously overpriced 4000 series generation. Yeah, Thurlor, if you got a decent price on your 3080, that was a lot of card for the price when it launched. There's a reason they went for so much more later.
Yeah, if I've got half a brain cell, I'm going to hold on until, not even the next gen, the gen after that, and get maybe, if I stay with AMD, the 9800 or the 9700.
You can skip 2 generations. You're good until the 10,000 series comes out, or whatever they want to name them.
Probably. But, yeah, I know myself. I'm going to want to upgrade before then.
Yeah, and like I said, it's one of those things that, if your main hobby, if your main recreation time is video gaming, you've got the money to spend and you don't have other priorities like bike parts or, you know, traveling or other things you could be doing with the money, then yeah, go ahead and buy whatever you want. Furthermore, says my problem is finding games that I enjoy that actually utilize my hardware. Yeah, that can be tough. I mean, right now, there's stuff coming out, but other than Cyberpunk, there aren't too many games that really stress this newest generation of hardware.
That's stressing the hardware because of the way it's been programmed more than what's actually on the screen. That's my understanding.
Oh, I think they've gone back and done a nice job of refining and optimizing it, but
Yeah, they have improved it.
The stronghold of Gorgar the Ruthless.
The Witcher update is still not good.
yeah, I saw they came out with another patch for that. But trying to paste new features onto an old game's got to be pretty tricky.
Yeah. Well, they
Place. Incredible. What was it like before Gundobad was lost?
let's get out of there.
With luck, you will live to see that.
Yeah, they released a patch the other day, but I think they might have actually introduced one before. It's quite significant.
Well, if it makes those damn statues kill me more slowly, it's probably a good thing. I'm gonna have to read up on that stupid fight before Tuesday. So I was on a quest line in Witcher 3 on Tuesday called Extreme Cosplay, and there's this part where these statues just come to life and start blasting me with spells, and I just couldn't figure any way to even slow them down, much less fight my way through it. And Bacchus goes and looks at the wiki, and he goes, "Oh, yeah, you're supposed to prepare for this fight before you get here." And I just started laughing. It's like, how am I supposed to do that? Yeah. When I'm just seeing it for the first time. Unfortunately, I feel like that is fairly common in Witcher 3, particularly in the downloadable content, the DLC stuff. There have just been a lot of boss fights where it's like you have to go in and get your butt handed to you 14 times before you try enough things to figure out. I mean, that one vampire fight I had, it was like, okay, we'll use this sign and have this potion and this weapon oil available. And even then, I barely got through it. And even then, it took me about 10 tries.
Right, which you guys want backwards on? Where is Ed that he has a wound on him? Oh, there he is.
Oh, I'm just fighting a goblin. Where are we headed?
Oh, left or right? Up the stairs.
Okay.
Which way would you like to go?
I'm good either way.
Let's go kill the bat.
Okay.
I'm gonna drag them back in down here.
Would you look at that, Sheikh Moose? A stay of execution for that old fool. Don't worry, you'll all be joining him soon enough.
Oof.
Fry to a crisp. Stick around, won't ya? Make them bleed. Death from above. Fry to a crisp. Good man.
Now where are we off to?
We go and kill the troll,
Okay.
which is a bit more of an entertaining fight. Or, well, entertaining stroke tricky. This one, you need to be careful of the ants that come down the stairs. So
Okay.
it might be an idea if I try and... Well, I don't know if you can actually really kite the boss.
New friends? My boy. The shadows. You shall not have them. Shadows hate you. The shadows. Shadows take you. My turn. Let me fly. Show no. Make them fly. Goblin brain.
Ants are coming in.
That's my boy. Shadows take you. Make them fly. Make them fly. Shadows take you. The shadows.
Why is this tornado thing chasing me? There we go.
Doesn't like blood.
Fair enough.
Go back.
We still got a goblin up, or is it just the tornado?
The tornado.
Whatever.
Alright. Good job, fellas.
Yep.
Now where's Zinger going?
I do not know.
Is there more to this?
Nope, we're finished.
Okay.
Well, effectively, we just need to...
Cornean!
We went back to talk to the NPC at the bottom of the stairs. Oop, I fell.
Yeah, not quite that far down.
I'm not a smart man.
He's barely moving. His beard. It's gone.
They shaved him? That's just mean. Now we leave instance.
Yep.
Okay. So typically what happens with NVIDIA in particular, if you take a look at the history of the cards, a 1080, a 2070, a 3060 are all very similar in performance. So, like Thurlor said, his 3080 is plenty fast, very nice card. And the 4070 should be roughly the equivalent of the 3080. And that's going to be maybe a $600 card, maybe $650. I will have to see. But it sounds like that's going to get released, I'd guess March. I think we'll probably be looking at more cards getting launched next month. And you'll see some mid-range cards as manufacturing permits. Took a dwarf's beard. There went his honor. He's going to be ticked. Beards grow back. I shaved mine. Wow, really? Partial blade chance. Oh, partial evade chance. Okay. Should tell my eye doctor I want a refund, I guess. I did get a pretty nice piece of jewelry off one of those.
So very, very nice stuff in stock 1. If you, or when you eventually get that, when it comes on the game store. Bracelets, offhand weapons. And there we go. Finally maxed out my tanking allies on this character.
Thank goodness. Alright, who's got a suggestion for what else we can run?
Have you done fishing yet?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't fish in the instance.
That's weird. So last time I did fishing, I ended up in an odd number. So I need to do some fishing on this too.
Alright, well, we'll find a wet instance to go into. Let me see what we got here.
Yeah, I'm not OCD, but I'm fussy about. I've got to have the numbers have got to be right. It can't be 86. It must be 85 or 90.
You and Val both?
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. It's untidy otherwise. Yeah. Haven't done this one in a while.
Yeah.
At the source of the Morgul lies the Eithel is the prison of Brownie.
In fact, I've never done it on this character.
Who seeks
Wow.
freedom as she beckons you ever further into this watery chamber.
I love this dungeon. It's positively Lovecraftian.
They definitely were channeling a bit of Cthulhu. and splat.
Glad I got that runestone pop just as soon as you killed it.
Always happens like that. It's just like shooty boats when you're in a battleship and you finally get to fire your guns and whatever you're shooting at dies.
Or your teammates destroy a ship right before your torpedoes get to it.
Yep.
Been there, done that. That's why I like playing Soviet ships. Your torpedoes never get there, so you don't feel so bad.
That's mostly because you launch them from outer range. So if you paid a little more attention to how far away they
It's 4 kilometers. I'm dead by the time I get within torpedo range.
Yeah, Soviet torpedoes are, yeah, I done screwed up, so let me see if I can take them with me before I die.
Once in a while. I've had a couple enemy ships make a very bad mistake that cost them. They'll chase you around the corner of an island or something, or
Yep.
basically those torpedoes are defensive in nature. Do we need to wipe as we go?
We did leave some alive downstairs. I don't know that we're going to have to go back. I think you do have to in the storage instance, but
Okay.
I think we might.
We approach the gate.
Why did I start recording?
This is Darth Moon, the Shadow.
You were all excited to show off your AV1 encoder.
The gatekeeper Bond
That was weird.
rests below.
I must have managed to
Its
somehow hit
defeat
my
is the only
shortcut.
path to my chamber. You must hurry.
What's burning me down?
The tentacles.
Yeah, okay. What did that do for us?
Got us some middling 446 jewelry.
Okay. And a rope ladder up.
Mm-hmm.
That was handy then.
That was cheap.
Is this where we have to time the runs?
Yeah, although it doesn't really do much of anything to you.
Okay.
Once we're here on level, it might be a different story. But
It scales. We're at a 140 instance. Maybe the trap damage
but our
doesn't.
mitigations are higher and so on than it's designed for.
Fair enough.
You must venture these paths to secure my freedom.
Ginger says, I'm falling asleep here. Have fun and good night. That's the whole point of watching my stream, Ginger. So you get 8 hours of deep, restful sleep because I put you under. Watching Big Ed Mustafa, I'm so bored I can't... Zinger may not wake up till Sunday. Do not watch Big Ed Mustafa unless you have 8 full hours to devote to sleep. Do not operate heavy machinery after watching Big Ed Mustafa.
I'm not entirely sure where you should be going.
That's alright. As long as we've still got stuff to kill, it's all good.
Bit towards the bad guys. But it will be a bit annoying if it makes us go back to the start and kill the few that we left down there. I perhaps need to have some lunch.
Oh, there I go again. Doggone it. I was getting yanked around and couldn't do anything. I can sit here and eat chicken wings and watch you guys finish this fight, though. That's not too bad.
Sounds like it's opened all the gates.
Ghost pepper wings from Popeyes.
Those do sound nice.
No, they're not very spicy, but they are pretty yummy.
That's always disappointing when you order something hot and spicy and whatever, and it's like, what's this?
Well, I could have poured some extra hot sauce on it. I have the technology. They're still good. Disappointing was not getting my blueberry lemon pie. The apple pie was good, but blueberry lemon sounded pretty scrumptious, yeah. Where are we going, Zinger? Oh, she's right over there.
Oh, okay. I've gone completely the wrong way.
Yeah, it's okay. Gives me more time to eat chicken.
You're gonna have a while. I'm in a fight with 4 mobs, so yeah. I'm winning the
I
fight.
don't
It's
think
taking a while.
we can actually catch fish in here, Zinger. But I like your thinking.
Well, you certainly don't want to eat the fish if I catch it.
Yeah, Zinger got a dirty skull. They aren't super spicy. They have a little bit of heat to them, Fair.
Thank you, Zinger.
Rusty axe. In order to qualify as fishing in Lotro, you have to cast 3 times and reel in 3 things. They don't have to be fish, because if you're in Minas Morgul or Mordor, you're not going to catch fish. I don't even think you can catch fish in the wastelands. From New Orleans, so used to Popeyes and love it spicy, so no problem. Rusty dagger.
I haven't had a good curry in a while. I should make one next weekend.
A what?
A good curry.
Oh, a curry.
Proper
Okay.
barbecue. Being there fattening. Very fattening.
And rusty hammer. So, yeah, we're getting dirty skulls and rusty weapons, and that's about it. I would like to eat and to scroll up.
Same.
Bear with me. I was talking about this Indian restaurant that's fairly new, Bollywood Grill here in town. The food is just fantastic. I had a lamb biryani the other night for dinner, and they served it with a yogurt cooling sauce, and it was like getting 2 different dishes. I got the biryani medium spicy, and they were like, well, you can pour this yogurt sauce on it, and it cools it off. And I separated it on the plate, so I had one cool section and one hot section. And it was like eating 2 different dishes. It was just terrific. The yogurt sauce made it smooth and creamy with just a hint of spice, but I kind of like the warm, spicy, non-cooled version too. So it was quite yummy. I don't think I popped scrolls. I got too excited talking about my lamb biryani. It's really good.
Well, lamb biryani is something that's worth getting excited about.
Exactly. Okay, let's go get killed.
I did not lie to you. long. I suggest you any attempt to save me and cleanse this body will be for naught.
A lady at foul water? This thing ain't no lady.
CJC Man 21 checking in. Hello.
Maiden is dead. See her remains for yourself. I devoured her.
Yeah, Ed, this is a kiting fight. You need to stay out of the goop that's underneath it.
Okay, yep. Doggone it. Stay ahead of it, you mean?
Yep. You might have a problem. Oh, there you go.
We're gonna run out of landmass.
Yep. But they're going to run out of health reasonably soon, so... Alright, I'm just going to try and tank it here. There you go.
If you can tank it there, you can tank it anywhere.
Yep. No, Zynga's DPS and my mitigations were sufficient.
Okay. I helped a little.
Well, she did.
I loosened the jar for you.
That you did. And it is appreciated. Well, there we go. And that was 5 Lotro points for me because I got some reputation.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Lotro points are always nice to have. That's a useful tracery too. Heldry of the Ox. My Cappy will find that handy.
Well, thank
Although
goodness.
I might actually want to take him healing rather than tanking as a second spec. Ooh. Yes, that's right, Zinger. But he hasn't maxed out his reputation on that faction.
Yeah. I just popped one and I'm close on Minas Morgul as well, but not complete.
Now, Minas Morgul wasn't bad, but by the time I'd gone through it the third time, I was done. So I was like, let me get through this as quickly as possible.
Let's check the old rep and see how far away I am on Minas Morgul. Reclamation of Minas Tirith, the Trial of Madness. I am at 9,000 of 9,400 of 16,000. Thank you, Zinger.
Reclamation continues tier 4.
Most important thing is we did get some fishing done. Sorry you didn't get any fishing done there, Bacchus.
Nope, I didn't, but it's cool. I will we'll do that off stream.
Nighthawk checking in. Hello, Nighthawk 80 YT or VT YT. There we go. Nighthawk's asking, what do you think of the new show? Haven't seen a lick of it. Zinger liked it pretty well, I think. Bacchus, have you seen an episode of The Rings of Power?
Nope. No, unfortunately, I know I'm not going to give it a fair chance. So I'll give it a while and I'll watch when the sort of the dialogue about that show has died down a little bit, where people can actually talk about it sensibly instead of, you know, loving it, hating it, and then hating that people who maybe have a different opinion about it. But yeah, what I'm reading is not encouraging, unfortunately.
You kind of want to hate it, don't you?
That's
You can
kind of why I'm not.
You can
watching
admit it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's why I'd prefer to wait a little while and give it more of a fair crack. Because right now, I will hate it. I know that, even if it's good.
All right, I have polished a sunstone, which means I've eaten on stream, managed my inventory, done my task item turn-ins, fished, and crafted. That is a complete Lotro stream. The bonus 6th activity that you can participate in, but is not one of the 5 tenements, would be firing off some fireworks, but I think I put all mine in my storage, so I'm not going to do that. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Zinger says, thankfully I'm not a lore purist, so I see, oh, shiny, and go along with anything. And you gave out a couple of recipes. I did do that. One thing that Lotro players all love is satisfying our inner hobbit and talking about food a lot, so we frequently do that. 50-50 for me, a lot of stuff off. Beardless women dwarves, stuff just different from the books, but it's Lord of the Rings content, just happy about more stuff. Maybe female dwarves didn't develop beards until sometime later in the Second Age. Oh, Professor Teacher G is up streaming Lotro. I'm going to shout her out, but we'll probably go raid her. Oh, Celestia is up streaming as well. Yeah, why did that shout out fail? Oh, because I accidentally typed an L. There we go. See who else is streaming Lotro right now. French Girl Gaming is up and running. So that kind of answers that question. I was wondering who we were going to go raid. But French Girl Gaming is a Lotro Stream Team member, so she gets the raid. Pop on over to French Girl Gaming, say hello, show her some love if you're not already following her. You'll want to fix that. She's terrific, yeah.
Oh, in spite of being French and Australian, she is.
Yeah, she has a weird Australian accent, I'll give you that, but very nice. And say hi to Celestia, say hi to Professor Teacher G. But I should be back. I'll be on my channel tomorrow and Sunday, and I'll be back here, God willing, next Friday. Come by and say hello, and we'll see you then.
Thanks, Ed. And thank you, everybody. It was fun.
Thank you, Zinger and Bacchus, for joining me.
Thanks for having us along.
I just thought Zinger would never shut up. I'm just glad we were finally able to get a word in edgewise.